time for more event. I don't know why I didn't bother clicking on the actual event itself. But today, it's Drag Race, Rail Panic, and Beam Gauntlet, and then once the transition happens, it'll be Kirby Melees Dustup Derbies and Big Battle. No, god dang it! You know what, fine, I'll beat Kirby this time. No big deal. Still doing races, just different kinds of races than before. Get to know what? Nope, not yet. It's a bad idea. I mean, probably, but let's try not to worry about it too much. For Paper Star, that really to destroy those boxes is kind of okay. Well, I say that, I'm definitely the most observant individual. Where does this portal take me? Oh, there's a lot of charge patches down here. Ooh, lots of patches. I mean, that is what happens in the fog event, which is not how it used to be in the original era. I'm glad they changed it because I really wasn't a fan of the fog event. That was interesting use of that. Not the most effective use of it, but it was a use for it. I'm gonna go away from that person before I pay for it. Okay, that could be interesting. Somebody's bound to get hit by that. So that's a Hydra piece. Oh, come on! Oh, well. No, get over here! Where's that? Where's the winged star? There it is. Thanks. That's, not great. Oh, hi! Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat much, because, I'm busy playing the game. I will get back to you when I can. Ow. I don't like that. I don't like that either. Okay, so it's a drag race for right now. Please don't kill me. I don't like being killed, it's not nice. I've already been destroyed twice, and the game is pitying me. And okay, where are all these stats coming from? Where did all of that come from? That's not normal. Is it because I blew someone up with the thing? Oh. Well, that's cool. I will try to do that. Somebody's probably gonna beat me to it because I can never speak of the freaking devil. I think I know how this game works, but I'm not good enough at it. That's the problem. going fast though, so that's good for something. But I need something good for the straightaway. And I mean, that would be like a Formula Star, but not seeing any. I mean, obviously the Hydra as well. Dang, I wanted that. I wanted Steel Ball, the really awkward copy ability. His name is 2 words. And it's also still really weird because they could have easily just had it be metal, which can transform into a steel ball. Or, you know, a metal ball. Could have even tried to bring back the iron ability from the anime. Why didn't I get the... I think I'll just... No last second machine switches. Well, that's Boo. That's what that design is, I think. Also, you know what else is weird about the copy boys introduced in this game? They don't have official artwork, which is really strange. Like, no promotional artwork for them, period. It's so bizarre. That's not gonna do much for me. I love being 7th place in an 8-person game. I mean, it's better than being last, but man, there are a lot more things better than being 7th. Like, 6 things that are better than being 7th. This poor guy on Bandai. What is his machine, I wonder? You could make an argument that the reason why the new abilities don't have artwork is because any character can use them. But that kind of feels like a cop-out response in my opinion. It's also weird because it's done by Sakurai. I mean, obviously he's not the artist himself. But like, Smash Bros. Has artwork for every character owned. Also, this is what I wore yesterday. So it's like, why do we not have artwork for like a copy ability? Yeah, Steel would be fine, I guess. But yes, it is redundant. Oh, I'm Noir Deity. Spoilers, question mark. It would just be redundant with 2 other metal abilities. So I'd be like a little miffed. They should bring like Baton into the games. I don't know what it would do though, because like Staff exists and like it's, you know, it's stick weapon. Obviously Staff works very differently from Baton. Baton is also just a really weird ability in general as far as the anime. It's like, ooh, I cast a magical beam on you and now I possess you or something. It's like, it's really weird. It's out there. It's cool, but it's so weird, and I don't know how you'd implement it as an ability, except for Ghost. Ghost is basically just that. And honestly, I would love Ghost to actually exist again as an ability. I don't know how they would do it. I feel like it would be a lot more complicated to implement Ghost as a proper ability than it was back then. But darn it, it has so much potential. Has and had so much potential. Problem is, like, you get Ghost basically post-game in Squeak Squad. And, it's not good. Ghost is terrible because the enemies are terrible. There are only like a few decent enemies that you can take the abilities from, and that's it. There are only a few decent ones. I would say Snooter is one of them, because you can just like walk around and then just, if you walk into an enemy, you just eat it and that's it. But when you get angry, it kind of just defeats the purpose of using Snooter, because when you're angry, you deal contact damage, and because you also take damage when you make contact, you're just hurting yourself, which is the main problem with possessing any enemy as Ghost. It's just like, yeah, by the way, hey, you take damage for revving into enemies. There's no invincibility frames except, well, maybe there are a few enemies that have, like, some invincibility. Probably not, though. So it's, most Ghost abilities are bad. They're kind of fun to use in a way, to experiment, but that's, once you've experimented with Ghosts, there's no point. Wrong one. Okay, is stream back? I think the internet just... Okay, I'm gonna assume stream is back by that. Yeah, I think the internet just died. Like, briefly. I got disconnected, and then I noticed something was up with the stream, so, yeah. Had a feeling something happened. The second half of that stage trial match did not happen. Yeah, I think my internet just briefly outed. The internet did also, or the Wi-Fi, I guess, was also temporarily unavailable earlier today, which was kind of concerning me. But I think that might have been, like, not random, but, like, manually triggered. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, here's the thing about Top Kirby for me. I think it's too close to Yo-Yo. I know it doesn't work exactly the same. Like, in the anime, Kirby fires the tops as projectiles, and I mean, that makes sense. But, like, it's like on a string. Which really just evokes Yo-Yo to me. So, like, I feel like Top is just too close to Yo-Yo. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't... To say it's too close to Yo-Yo to exist is kind of silly, because you might as well say, like, oh, Suplex and, well, I was about to say Suplex and Whip. What are the... Is it Suplex and Whip? It's like there's something else. And no, don't say Throw. Oh, and Beetle. Beetle. Like, Beetle borrowed a lot of moves from, like, well, a lot of moves. It borrowed some moves from Suplex. But then, like, they both appear together in Star Allies. Whip and Yo-Yo are also kind of similar, but once again, they both appear together. So, if Top wanted to show up, they could do it. But I really just want a game where, like, Spark and Plasma can be together. I'm getting sick of the fact that it's still one or the other and not both. Although I guess it would also be kind of neat to see, like, Burning and Fire be in the same game together again. They would have to overhaul Burning significantly to make it actually have an identity. But, like, it's theoretically possible. It's weird that Burning came back in Kirby's Dream Buffet of all games. Like, it was absent since Canvas Curse, and then it just came back one day. And then Freeze is the same thing. Freeze has been absent since Canvas Curse. And then it just came back in this game, which, to be fair, Air Ride also had freeze, so putting in air riders makes about as much sense. But they could have just made it ice. They could have just said it's ice, but it uses the freeze move. And I don't think anybody would really bat an eye at that. But, if that's what they want to do, if we want to say that freeze and burning have viability to exist in modern Kirby, that's cool. But please give us a chance for them to exist alongside each other. We don't need, like, this whole one or the other thing. Otherwise, you may as well just have one. You may as well just have fire, but its whole thing is burning the deck. I don't know why you need to make it be separate. If it's just gonna be the same niche at this point. But, I mean, people can do what they want. I'm not gonna tell Hal or Sakurai how to do things. Also, is my friends playing? I just noticed a Lola player on Vampire Star, and I'm wondering if they're on. It's possible. Although earlier I think they were playing Splatoon Raiders, which I should get at some point. The thing is, I feel like I kind of got burned out on Splatoon 2 because, like, I never played 3. I have 3, and I've just never played it. Oh, I killed somebody. That's cool, I guess. I need a new machine, though. One that will live. Well, that's not one that'll live. I will take the Swerve Star, though. Which was my baby from Air Ride, but now it's not as good. So now I, like, almost never use it. But, like, if I can get enough speed to make it worth using in a drag race or something, then it should be fine. Oh, come on, don't give me negative top speed. That's uncalled for. Weight is okay. There we go, there's some more stuff. I wish it were easier to get revenge in this game, but just never happens. Yeah, it's also really weird that Red Kirby, and Purple Kirby for that matter, have burning instead of, like, you know, like a super powerful ability. Also, yeah, I am miffed that Star Allies just added Plasma back instead of having it be Spark. For two reasons. One, what you said about Return to Dreamland. Return to Dreamland basically merged the two together, and then that was kept along with Triple Deluxe and Robot. But then Star Allies was just like, oh yeah, Plasma's back, because favoritism. Also, this game also has Plasma again, but eh. The other reason why I'm upset about Plasma returning in Star Allies is because the helper for it is Plug, who, you know, gave Spark in 64? It's like, just make it Spark? Plasma at least has unique attributes. Oops. In Star Allies to make it worth having as a separate ability. And again, Spark and Plasma can theoretically coexist. You could just have all of the, like, projectile stuff be on Plasma, like in Star Allies. But then Spark, you have the Spark Shield, and you have the Lightning Bolts. And you can probably add some other interesting stuff to Spark that hasn't been there. I think the Lightspeed Dash that Plasma got in Star Allies should belong to Spark, though. And the reason why is because it was going to be a move for Spark in Kirby Star Allies. It's unused though. And then they just gave it to Plasma because, once again, screw Spark, I guess. I'm trying to think out the thing. Alright, I guess I'm getting the Vapor Star and I'm gonna die in like 2 hits. That's cool and also bad at the same time. I'll speak of the devil about the 2 hits thing. Give me the melon, I'm leaving. So just, there's your distinction with Spark and Plasma. Just have Spark be like about the more close range, the shield stuff, and the lightning bolts. You can even give it the like static energy thing that I mean, borrowed from Plasma. That's fine. I don't have any issues with that. Because then you can do that thing in Squeak Squad where you have like a giant spark field. Like, that just never went anywhere. Although I'm not sure about giving it like the barrier that Plasma has at full charge. That might be overkill. Although it does still exist in Squeak Squad, so I guess it's fine. I'm just saying, make Spark and Plasma different from each other, but have them be able to coexist. I don't see the problem with that. On a similar note to things I wish Hal would do to Kirby Copy Boys, can we like make Mike and Cook be full-fledged Copy Boys instead of single and triple use in the case of Mike? Can we stop having limited use Copy Boys? Mike already could be a normal copy ability thanks to Robobot, where they had a Robobot armor version of Mike, or Mike has a Robobot armor. And it's like, it's just completely normal. It's like, yeah, why can't Mike be like that as a normal ability? Why does it have to be a triple use ability? It can still have a move that sacrifices it, like Artist does, which is, you know, evokes the Paint ability, which may or may not come back ever. I don't know. It seems kind of obsolete now. But, and then Cook. Cook is the only limited use ability. That was weird. Is the only limited use ability to have a helper. And like, Kawasaki is just the spitting image of what Cook would be like if it weren't a limited use ability. And yet they're just like, nah, Kirby using a pot, a cooking pot, and a ladle to like attack people with? That's weird. But Chef Kawasaki is perfectly fine. It's just like, what do you mean? Why? Why do you need to have that? Can we have a Crash helper? Why not? Why, can we have a festival helper? No. Just Chef Kawasaki. Chef Kawasaki gets special treatment for like no reason in particular. Cook should be a main copy ability now. Mike should be a main copy ability. Give it the magic treatment where it was like, oh, it was a single-use silly gimmick ability in its introduction, but then it became cool and everybody loved it. But no, we're not getting that because why have new things? Let's add like Mecha and Sand to a remake of a game that didn't have Mecha and Sand. And let's also make them show up everywhere because we really need people to know about the new copy abilities that weren't in the original game. We need people to use them. Because if we don't shove it in their faces all the time, people won't use them. And then our time making them will be a waste. Sorry if I sound weirdly salty. Because it's not weird at all. I'm actually just kind of bothered by Sand and Mecha. And I could rant about it for like probably 40 minutes. That may or may not be an overstatement. Cannot confirm. Oh yeah, I am so traumatized by Kawasaki, that is true. One day, he just well, my partner just transformed into a Kawasaki, and I was never the same. Also, yes, I am on board with keeping Crash as a single-use ability. I don't think it needs to be a normalized ability. Although, Time Crash might be like a technical exception. But like that's it. That's all there is. Also, this is a really bad machine to be doing this drag race on. Don't want to jinx it, but I don't know how I'm doing so well. Besides, I guess I got a lot of stats in the city. But like, seriously, I don't think I should have done that well. Oh yeah, you're traumatized by Missile coming back, but like it's just Mario Kart Bullet Bill. I think I might tell you that Plasma is kind of favored over Spark. Just kind of. At least by Sakurai. At least by Sakurai, because, like, Plasma Kirby has a trophy in Brawl, Smash 4. Well, Brawl and Smash 4. Ultimate does not have trophies. It was going to appear in GCN, which, fair enough. And, I mean, it's in both Air Rides and in Superstar. Honestly, not a lot. Well, there aren't a lot of Sakurai Kirby games, so I guess that what I was about to say is kind of an unnecessary statement. Like, yes, Spark has appeared way more than Plasma. That is a true statement. But you wanna know what else is funny? Before Triple Deluxe, Burning appeared more times than Fire. You would not think that, though. You might not think that. But Burning was a way more common ability. Once Triple Deluxe came out, though, they were, like, tied. They were either tied, or Fire now had one appearance over Burning. So, like, appearance amount almost doesn't matter. Almost. It definitely matters a bit. But, like, yeah. And the reason why Burning has so many more appearances than Fire up until Triple Deluxe is because Burning appeared in the Dark Matter trilogy. It was in Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, 64. Fire was nowhere to be seen. And then Nightmare in Dreamland happened, and they appear alongside each other. But yeah, Burning is still there. And then in Amazing Mirror, Burning is still there. It didn't go away. It didn't appear in Air Ride, strangely enough. Also, the spin-off Kirby games. In, like, any Kirby game where Kirby is a ball, you're getting Burning. Kirby's Block Ball gives you Burning. Kirby's Dream Course gives you Burning. There's, like, a Kirby Canvas Curse gives you Burning. It also gave you Freeze, and that was the last appearance of Freeze before this game. So yeah, Burning just had a lot of appearances when Fire didn't. So yeah, like, that's a really weird thing to think about, but it's true. Burning surpassed Fire for a very long time. But most people will think of the Fire ability, and a lot of people mistakenly call the Burning ability in the Dark Matter games Fire. And, like, I don't think I can really blame them. I don't think I can exactly blame people for mixing that up. Especially when, like, if you have Burning and Rick, it's literally just Fire. It's just like Kirby, he breathes. And that's it. He breathes. Well, except Kirby doesn't breathe, it's actually Rick that breathes, but, like, we don't care about that part. Also, random other thing. I think it's weird how the fire ability has the ability to aim its fire, but in most games, ice can't. I think that is a weird, arbitrary difference of those two abilities. I don't know why it exists. It just does. And I mean, I guess it's fine. Anything to make the two more distinct. They already do share quite a number of moves. It's just like reskinned versions of each other. They're like mirrors. Which also, same thing with water and poison. And I think it would be cool if those abilities could be in a game together. I think it could be neat. Also, it would probably just be nice for poison to come back, period. I'm not like a mega fan of the poison ability, especially since it was arguably the reason why water didn't appear in Robobot. Also, that's a gripe I have with Kirby Triple Deluxe. It's like, Return to Dreamland added 3 new copy abilities. These Leaf, Whip, Water, and Spear. And Water is the only new ability to not return. And I don't get it. It's so weird that of all the abilities to not return, it's Water. Water is like an elemental ability. And people have wanted it for so long that it made it to the anime first. It made it into the anime before it appeared in a game. They finally added it. And then the very next game, it's like, nah, can't have that. Although, like, maybe it's graphical limitations because, like, water has, like, transparency and whatever stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's ever, like, talked about on, like, a developer interview or something. Like, if they said it's because of, like, graphical limitations, I could maybe get it, but only maybe. It's upsetting that, like, water didn't come back until so long. Also, I mean, yeah, I think Ice Breath does have more range. I think it also does more damage. Not certain on that. It might also just depend on the game. Sakurai, why are we talking about this now? Sakurai, I'm pretty sure Sakurai favors Plasma. It's in Superstar. It's in both Air Ride games. It's in 2 Super Smash Bros. Games as a trophy. It was also going to be in GCN. I screenshot the results screen so that I can... I mean, I'm probably not going to really do anything with it, but it's kind of good to see, like, how the stats affect the vehicle for, like, future research. Anyway, the stadium should be different now. We'll be doing the battling ones now. Kirby Melees Dustup Derby, Big Battle. I know I finished the thing. But also, I guess I can wear the hat now. Actually, I already had access to the hat earlier. But, like, now that I'm done, I'm gonna wear the hat. And also, yes, Plasma is probably more popular among fans because it's good. But, like, Return to Dreamland Spark exists, and it's fantastic in that game. And again, there were plenty of people that thought that Plasma was finally done with once Return to Dreamland happened, and then Triple Deluxe and Robot followed. And then Starro was just like, nah, we're bringing it back. And they didn't even bring back Plasma Wisp, which also kind of makes me upset. I don't think they make the rewards available if you didn't play the events. I don't think so. So if you want the rewards, play the events. You have a few days. Man, I'm getting a lot of boosts from that bomb, I guess. And I think we are talking a lot about like abilities being fused or split. Also, I guess if you really want to, you could check the shop, see if the event exclusive stuff is there. I doubt it is. But like, if you want to check. Anyway, it's time to get ready, not for races, but for battle. Which is why I'm on a very fragile machine. But like, it's a... No, please don't kill me. Darn it. What's the charge? Are you serious? Are you freaking serious, my guy? I gotta do something. Ah, no, please don't, please don't! Have mercy! Eat the bomb! They did not have mercy. At least I didn't lose anything from that explosion. But I didn't get anything either. Also, somebody has a Hydra piece. Well, that's... Oh! Oh, shoot. Leo is also available. Great. Great! This is what I need in my life. Ooh, sweet. This is a heavy mole design. Also, can we have, like, some classic Kirby bosses come back? Like, Pot and Khan came back, and that was cool. And, like, obviously, Kirby isn't, like, gonna say no entirely to bringing back old bosses. But, like, I mean, bring back some more niche old bosses instead of, you know, Wispy and Kracko. I love Wispy and Kracko, and by that I mean I love Kracko. I am neutral on Wispy. People who say, ha ha ha, I love this tree, I don't believe actually exist. And I think that's people just comparing Kirby fans to Sonic fans for no other reason besides because they can. But I digress. Can we bring back more niche classic Kirby bosses? You know, like Heavy Mole. Would that be neat? I don't know where Heavy Mole would go, but like, be sick. Oh, the announcer called it Heavy Star because I'm using the Japanese announcer. In fact, I'm specifically using Makiko Omoto, the female Japanese announcer who voices Kirby. I am getting destroyed. Sorry, I got destroyed. When are they bringing back Light? Never. Could they bring back Light? Sure, they could. But it's basically just been replaced by game mechanics. In Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3, it's Spark and Kai. In Kirby 64, it's Spark and Bomb. In Kirby's Epic Yarn and Kirby's Return to Dreamland, it's literally just a candle. Same with Superstar for that matter, except you have to light the candle with an ability that has a fire attribute. Also in Return to Dreamland, you can use moves with the fire or electric attribute to partially light up dark rooms. I don't see them bringing light back as an ability unless they make some really interesting choices to flesh it out and make it like actually interesting. Instead of, I throw a firework in a dark room and now it's no longer dark. Good luck, have fun. Although light was considered for an ability in Kirby Air Ride until they thought it was like unfair or something. And you know what? Understandable, have a nice day. Also, yeah, Backdrop is also another ability I don't see coming back. Drop. Because Suplex exists, and it's basically the same ability in, like, almost every way. Also, they both have a red headband? Or sorry, Backdrop and Fighter both have a red headband, not Backdrop and Suplex, that'd be stupid. Backdrop and Fighter both have a red headband, and, like, Fighter is not dropping the red headband. So, Backdrop is going to need a design change. Also, Wrestler exists. Like, we're once again getting into a point where, like, there are multiple abilities that are handling the same niche. So it's kind of like at a point where it's becoming redundant. Highly redundant, and, like, it's just, there's no point in having Backdrop again if Suplex exists, if Fighter exists, if Wrestler exists. When all these abilities exist, it just does not need to be around anymore. But on that okay, what about Spark? That it's too similar to Plasma? Well, alright, I'm gonna need you to clarify later. But, like, I don't know how Backdrop can be different from Suplex, because Suplex is literally just Backdrop with more moves. You have the pile driver, you have the backdrop, you have the body slam, the overheads, the shoulder drop, whatever, the rock drop. You have the aerial slam. But then Suplex is just like, oh yeah, you can also just lariat them. You can rapidly stomp them with your feet. You have two aerial versions now. Also the dash grab. The dash grab. Oh, nobody thought Plasma could come back after Spark? Kirby's Block Ball 2? What the heck? Oh wait, why'd I get kicked out? That's weird. Also, I'm gonna say, I don't know if Wrestler will ever come back will ever return in a main game. Because I feel like the reason Wrestler even exists is just because they wanted Suplex in Kirby Fighters 2. But didn't want an ability where basically your only move is to grab people. So they're like, okay, we'll add other wrestling moves. So it's not literally just 90% of your moveset is grabbing. But because of that, I don't see Wrestler coming back. It's not impossible for it to come back. I just don't see it coming back, personally. Also, can we have, like, a Kirby Battle Royale remix / port? I would really appreciate it. Just say. Kirby Battle Royale deserved better. Kabuki... Dude, Kabuki Kirby is so weird. Like, yes, it appeared in Mass Attack. I don't care. Because, like... Kabuki Kirby, please don't have the human form. If it appears in a game, please don't have the human form. That is one of the most jarring things about Kirby 3D. Is just Kirby transforms into Kabuki Man because he inhaled some shrimp. He inhaled some shrimp. That is a sick wagon star. And now he's just a freaking human. It's weird. He's not actually a human though, that's like a disguise, but like... It's so bizarre. So bizarre. Please don't put that in the games. It wasn't in Mass Attack, by the way, the human part. Kabuki Kirby just kind of shows up and then does the forehead laser. Which, I mean, that's fine. But I also don't feel like that really evokes the true nature of Kabuki. I don't know. I'm not an expert. All I can say is it's a neat cameo. And that's about it. That's all I can really say about the Kabuki ability appearing in Mass Attack. Oh, now, how do you feel about drill in this game? Because I know you absolutely despise it in Forgotten Land, and I'm wondering, like, how is drill? How do you feel about this game's drill? Let me not get run over. Also, let me not die. I think that's a good idea, right? Oh, attack is back. Also, in case you didn't know, Flash's charge thing works on a timer, which a friend pointed out to me, and because of that knowledge, I now appreciate Flash a lot more. Because, like, it kind of felt really strange before knowing that. It felt borderline useless, because, like, oh, if your vehicle charges quickly, then what's the point of Flash? Or I guess if it charges slowly, it's like, oh, you need to wait for the full charge. Like, no, that's not true at all. You don't have to wait for the full charge. You just have to wait to charge for a certain amount of time, and then you're fine. I need a more battle-ready machine. I don't really see any, though. We're doing big battle again. That's fine, I guess. Hopstar could maybe be used. I'm gonna take Hopstar. I basically never use it because I don't think it's actually that good. Dying over here, by the way. Like, Hopstar is just way too gimmicky. Ooh, rare boxes everywhere. And a lot of drops to drink. Full tank might not be a bad idea. But I'm feeling that's more of a defense. No, it does have some offense on it. One of the few machines that has an offensive boost. Maybe I'll tank it. I'm taking the tank, for better or worse. Ow. I didn't want to eat that curry anyway. Also, can we bring back super spicy curry as like a power-up? Remember when Return to Dreamland had like a bunch of power-ups? And then the Kirby series, like, toned back on that significantly ever since. Like when Triple Deluxe had a bunch of, like, gyro gimmicks, and then Robot was just like, we're gonna remove, like, almost all of these. And then Robot was just like, you know what? What if every amiibo gave Kirby a new copy ability? And then no other game gave a crap about that. Which, to be fair, giving every amiibo, or every first-party amiibo a dedicated copy ability, it's probably kind of hard. It's probably kind of difficult, but like, man, it was so cool. Also, sorry, it was Kirby Melee, not Big Battle. Actually, Robot has 2 gyro gimmicks. It has the tilt gondola, and then it has like that one area where you have the cannon that you have to tilt with, which might be what you're thinking of. It's so bizarre that like Robot basically gutted the whole gyro gimmick thing, but then they kept these for some reason. It's so weird. I am in second, and that's cool, but also I would like to be in first instead. Oh, no, I'm not in second. It's lame. Probably the guy that... ooh, killed a big guy. Ooh, I'm in first. I'm awesome, I'm amazing. I have a UFO! I don't have a UFO anymore, but it's fine. It's fine? Is it fine? It might be fine. No, not the thing with the missiles. Oh, I think I got second. Oh well. You know, the cannons that you jump into. That kind of cannon. But then, like, it's floating and you tilt it to aim it instead of... Why is it not putting me into the lobby? Why does it keep booting me out every time? I mean, I don't know if there's anything that could say that Adventure of Lolo is or isn't canon to Kirby. Is there anything that would contradict that? I also admittedly do not know enough about those games. I don't really know a lot about the Adventures of Lolo or Eggerland. Yeah. Speaking of, I feel like the reason why people think Lolo and Lola are actually, like, important to the Kirby series is probably because of the anime. It's probably the anime. Because they were just main characters in that show. Which, I mean, nothing wrong with that, I guess. But, like, I feel like it bothers me that people will look at the Kirby anime and then they will take it at face value for the actual series. I mean, my biggest gripe with that is when people think that Kirby is only capable of speaking in Puyos. Sorry, not Puyos. That's a different thing altogether. It's like, yes, Kirby does use Puyo. Sorry. Does use Puyo in the games, like, twice. He does it in Mass Attack, and then he does it in Epic Yarn, and that's it. Although, in this game, there's actually... That was rude. There is actually a license tag that actually says Puyo, which is, I guess, leaning on that. But, like, that's all it is. Puyo in the games is just... it's just a reference to the anime, but it's not like that's all there is to it. Not that Kirby ever, like, speaks in the games, but he speaks in the manga. And I'm not gonna say, like, oh, because the manga isn't canon, Kirby can't actually speak or something. Like, I think just because the manga isn't canon, which is already dismissive on its own right, doesn't mean that there's nothing of value to take away from it. Like, shipping. I'm not a big shipper. Let's put that out there. But, as far as, like, OTP ships in Kirby, some people say it's, Ribbon. Some people say it's, Choo-Choo. And some people also just say Kirby loves everyone, and that's fine. But, like, that's not the point of shipping. I feel like if you just say, oh, X character loves everyone in a shipping group, then you miss the point. But anyway, I say it's Choo-Choo, and the manga says it's Choo-Choo. Therefore, it's Choo-Choo. There is a manga strip where Kirby goes up to Ribbon, describes a girl who he really likes, and then Ribbon goes to Adeline and is like, hey, can you draw the person this is based on this description? And Adeline's all like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then they draw the picture and like, I'm done, and then it's Choo-Choo. It's like, sucks to be you, Ribbon, but it's Choo-Choo. Also, I mean, come on, it's in, like, have you played Dreamland 2? It's so obvious. And no, I'm not going to take the fact that the sprites that Choo-Choo uses with Kirby are also used with Gooey. That doesn't count. That doesn't mean that she loves Gooey. We all know she doesn't like Gooey. Gooey licked her in the backside, and she just flattened him with a punch. Like, no, she hates Gooey. The only reason she does that with Gooey, when he's playable, is because sprites were being reused. She doesn't love him. Anyway, shipping over. I don't need to get into this. Because again, I'm not a shipper, really. I don't really care much. If I'm going to ship, it's probably going to be OTP. Or say, hey, this ship that other people do is kind of cute, and that's about it. Even if it's like totally not canon. Or, you know, characters from two different series entirely. It's like, I don't know, man. That could be kind of neat. I like seeing like Kirby x Jigglypuff in like Smash Bros. Which is like very superficial, let's be real. It's just, two stubby pink characters. Also, I think Jigglypuff can also technically be male. As if that stopped anyone at all. Ever. Fight me. Also, I should like get a different machine. That bull tank exists. That's not what I meant to do, and I'm really upset that the game forced me to do that. Oh, did that count? That didn't count, did it? That did not count. Oh yeah, Kirby Yellow. It's weird that Kirby never got the name Kirby never got formally introduced into the games until Dream Buffet. It was in the Kirby 20th anniversary special, the Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition booklet. If you looked for it, if you had it, if you weren't from Europe, because Europe doesn't get cool things except for the times where it does. Also, I'm not from Europe, so don't worry about me. Yeah, they actually mentioned that he is nicknamed Kirby, the Dream Course one. And also the Smash Bros. Website, which is only in Japanese, also references the nickname Kirby. But it was never referenced in an English game until Dream Buffet. And I think that is weird. Cool, but weird. Also, I'm not going to get a single kill in this, am I? Well, if I do this... Well, if I do this... Alright, I got a single kill. I can die happily now. I did not mean to activate my special. Why does this game need to use only 2 buttons? Surely you can use more. There are 4 face buttons, and there are 4 shoulder buttons. That's not to mention the other extra buttons that come with the Switch to Pro Controller, but we don't talk about those. I don't have a Switch 2 Pro Controller, so screw that. Oh yeah, they also made, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there aren't any gender differences with visual differences with Jigglypuff. Pikachu just has one because it's Pikachu, and also it was introduced relatively recently. How long should I keep going, by the way? Because, like, there's not really a reason for me to continue. I would love to show off the other stadiums, but like I would have to wait another day, and I'm not going to be available for any more days. I'm not going to be available for any other days that this event is active. So you're not going to see them. Sorry, not from me anyway. Unless I like bring my streaming equipment and annoy the crap out of my family while we're on vacation. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh yeah, I know that gender differences exist in Pokemon. But I guess I have to ask, how many Pokemon actually have visual gender differences? I'm asking this as a non-Pokemon expert. Also, nice Persona 4 card, what the heck? I know some have differences, but like, I feel like a lot... I am inclined to believe that a lot don't. That is mostly coming from ignorance, because again, I don't play Pokemon, and I don't have any intentions on playing Pokemon. But to say that I have no interest in Pokemon whatsoever would be very wrong. I have marginal interest in Pokemon. Just not to the point of wanting to play a game or even watching people play the game, except like, I don't know if somebody's doing like, or like going out of my way to watch people play, let me put it that way. Like if I'm gonna watch like a friend play a Pokemon game, like that's its own thing. Like I'm not gonna go and like watch a playthrough of Pokemon or something, because I'm not interested enough. It's not my thing. I'm also probably not gonna play a Pokemon game if you like try to force me to. That's just not happening. Nothing against Pokemon, just... Well, I mean... There's also the problems with modern Pokemon, but I don't know how much I should talk about that as an outsider. As an outsider, I don't know if I should be allowed to criticize Pokemon, because at that point I'm probably just going to say, hey, look at the N64 tree from Sword and Shield. Or talk about how the box art Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet, one of them slows down the game more than the other on Switch 1 because of the particle effects. Anyway, let's stop complaining about Pokemon. I don't have a place to do that. It's not necessary. Everybody's already said it. Too. There's no point for me to be complaining about Pokemon. No, give me the magnet. Give me the magnet. I want the magnet. That's not what it's called, but I'm gonna call it that because it looks like a magnet. called the item something. Item catcher. Because it catches items for you. And then you can like throw them in the basketball hoop. And then you can get like a 3-pointer shot. Okay, the bomb. Eat. Do big damage, and then not get the credit for the kill anyway. Where is he? Oh, he's still there. Somebody die? Somebody just... It's a lot of... Oh, he's all the way over here. Sweet. Oh, I got frozen. That's not good. Ooh, rare. Rare box. Wand. Wand. No! Out of here. I got out of here. That's not fair. I was the one who was doing the thing. I deserve credit. Unfortunately, Morshu cannot give it, so I guess I'll die. Dang it! My machine got busted. And we got Kuromi Warp Star. No! And we don't have Kuromi Warp Star anymore, sorry. If we're doing, please don't destroy my machine in 2 hits. I don't need that. I'll just fly around. No! Yes, people do get legendary machine. I have no turn, why? Yes, people still get legendary machines with this many players. Is it frequent? I don't know. It happens, though. It still happens. Although I have not seen much Gigantes. So like, and honestly, maybe that's for the best. Maybe it's for the best that I haven't seen much Gigantes. I've probably seen like one time. I've probably seen Gigantes once without being in a game with friends. With friends, I have seen Gigantes like 3 times at least. I also usually turn off the Gigantes event when with friends because CPUs just suck at it so much that it's just so one-sided. It's not fun. You really need like a full 16-person group for versus Gigantes to actually be fun or like remotely interesting. Because with CPUs, they just kind of die. They're just fodder. I'm also not sure how to feel about the fact that Gigantes can win by just waiting out the timer. Like, Gigantes has 2 win conditions, and the players have 1 win condition. I feel like that's a little unfair. I'm so glad I contributed nothing to this. Okay. I think I'm good for tonight. I will not be showing off the versus boss and this one because I will be away. So if you were expecting that, sucks to be you. Also, I'm not going to actually, like, do anything here. Well, I'm going to do a little something here. Oh, that's understandable. I try to schedule them a few days in advance if I can, but like doesn't always work out. I guess let me say this: if I'm gonna be streaming Air Riders, it's usually gonna be on Wednesday or Thursday because the events start on Wednesday. Anyway, this is the paddock. It's summer themed now because it's summer. Because it hasn't been summer in June or July. Well, it is July, but it's about to be August. Because it definitely has not been summer at all. Also, have you never been to this room? Period? This is the paddock. You know, I can believe you've never been here. Because you don't do online. But yeah, this is the thing. Also, no problem for not being here yesterday, even though, like, I mean, I guess I could have been there. Happy belated birthday. I should have known, but it was not on my mind. Was not on my mind. And then I was just like, I wonder what he could have been doing yesterday. And then it clicked. It's like, oh wait, was it that? And then I checked and it's like, oh, it was that. I feel like such a good person. Feels bad, man. Also, I still love how I'm King Deity with sunglasses here. This is very summer themed. No, anyway, so this is the paddock. There is a garage, though. There's a garage. Wait. Yes, this one. Why are we making it weird? I have a garage, don't I? I guess they're asking which garage they want. Yeah, it's my garage, I guess. It's okay. There's some things here I like, some things I kind of don't care about. Or some things that I'm kind of about because I'm not an artist. Not a good artist, anyway. Honestly, I guess I'm probably the most proud of this. Okay, this is... Oh, well... I'm not sure I'd say I'm proud of this one, but, it's Dark Nebula. Yeah, also... This is Red Bull, but... I probably should change the Leos to, like, the Bull Tank. I've been meaning to, but, I suck. So yeah, I'm a bit bothered by the fact that this game has online exclusive content, but at least it's not like super important content. Oh yeah, also this is a hot dog. I should probably put relish on it. Or sorry, not relish, mustard, but guess what? I don't like mustard on my hot dog, so screw you people. Also, this is based on that enemy from Kirby 64, Spark Eye, which is based on Ramiel from Evangelion. Anyway, I've been to the garage for too long. Or for long enough. Am I as bothered by what as I am about the pillars? The online thing? Here's the thing, I haven't missed anything online. Oh, Hopstar with Bunny? Okay, so here's the thing about the Hopstar. I definitely need to add more stuff to it. I just haven't because I'm lazy. But, this was kind of my attempt at remaking Air. from Blaster Master Zero 2. I definitely need more work on it. I just am too lazy to do it. But like, you know, it's pink. It has the eyes and the nose, kind of. Most importantly, though, it has a bunny on the back. It's also pink. What's caused me more psychological pain? Shoot, I don't know. See, the pillars was okay, here's the thing. The pillars was a legitimate problem because it was preventing me from getting an achievement in the game. The chefing is just something that happens. It's not a big freaking deal. It's just hilarious, though. Also, I guess while I'm here, oh, I can zoom in. Oh, or zoom out, zoom in. Action. How do I... Isn't there a way to change the machine on here? I guess not. Not in the paddock, anyway. I can't leave through there. Why am I doing this? Let me... Wait, what do you mean there's no machines that work well as Adam? I literally have one! Oh yeah, yes, I am very aware of Card NCL and how it has voice acted. Stop it! How it has voice acted Blaster Master Zero in it. I've seen it. I showed you it, or I'm pretty sure I showed you. No, yes, I very much showed you it. This is not up for debate. I've shown you that video. The fact that Card NCL has English voice acting for all of those lines just really makes me want the Blaster Master Zero games to have official English voice acting. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. But darn it, I can dream. Yes, kind of Christina V. She's still that. Remember how they made Stein Scottish? Or Welsh, sorry. The voice actor is Welsh. Also, yes, I really do like Leibniz's voice. And then obviously Jason and Eve have their voice lines from Luminous Avenger, or their VAs from Luminous Avenger X2. That, yeah. Where is... why am I blanking? Tank Star. Not that one. That one. There's Adam, right there. Guy, how am I not saying Leibniz correctly? Tell me how I am not saying it correctly, or tell me how to say it correctly. I'm freaking looking this up right now. Oh, is that how I've been doing it wrong? Is it Leibniz, not Leibniz? Is that what I've been doing wrong? I literally just looked this up. Also, like, please forgive me. I've never heard the name spoken aloud. Leibniz? That is not what I've seen in every time I look up pronunciation for this name. That is not what I get. Dude, why did none of these have German? So literally German. There it is. Yeah, okay. Literally heard it from German. Leibniz. Even like the Blaster Master 02 page in Japanese has it Leibniz. So either you're wrong, or the entire world is wrong except for you. And I don't believe the latter. I don't believe the latter. I think you need to get your thing checked. I think I'm right. Anyway, going back to, oh, I actually have this one on display. So I will grab this one. Where is the other one? Oh, do I not have it on display? I think I do. There it is. This is supposed to be based on Garuda. There's really not much here to see, but like, I think you can kind of see where I was getting that from. And then this is supposed to be based on Rising Garuda. Obviously, I can only do so much with it. Also, the transformation doesn't really have anything. That's obviously not a reference to Rising Garuda because Rising Garuda does not drive on the ground. But anyway, it's just the idea. It's like, yeah, sure, I can do that. So, also put this back. No, not that one. This one, the Bunny Mobile. Also, this is Beetlejuice, by the way. There's really not much to it. It's just big star. And it's like, yeah, Beetlejuice, that's a name. This is something that I did make. I found it though. And I was just like, yes, I have to get this. Somebody made Charlotte. Or Charlotte. I don't know how I usually pronounce it Charlotte. I don't know why I said Charlotte. Somebody made that and I was like, yes, I have to take that. Do I have any more? That's something I found on the interwebs. I should probably work on this one more, but, that's, this is, oh yeah. I definitely need to do some color tweaking. I think it's definitely a little dark. But yeah, this is Balrog. Oh yeah, this is a funny one. Funny-ish one. Unfortunately, you cannot color the orbs that go around it, which makes me sad. But this is Dark Mind. And he has mirrors. Because he has mirrors. That's why. That's just what made me want to make this. It's like, yeah, it's a thing. This is the hot dog, Red Bull, Rami. This one I got from the internet. That's what I got from a friend. That's really about it. Except for this. This is supposed to be based on the Blaze Wheelie from Kirby Battle Royale, specifically the blue one, because it's blue if you get it. It's red if someone else gets it, though. And it's, well, gray if nobody has it. Honestly, could use a little more work, but I don't care enough to put in the extra details. And that's enough shenaniganery in the garage, which also I have every garage, so there's no point in buying another garage. The reason why I haven't made Sophia yet is because what machine would I put it on? That's really the main question, is like, what machine would I put it on? I made Adam because there was a tank star. And I made air because Pop Star, it's a frickin' bunny. It's very bunny coded. And then Garuda just kind of exists because it's flying and stuff. I haven't made Cubico. But there's not really much room for Sophia because there aren't really any machines that are grounded that aren't wheelies. So it's just been kind of complicated to do that. What was I gonna do before I left? Oh yeah, also the menu's decorated in case you didn't notice that because it's summer. Also Sunshine is coming out because it's summer. Sunshine's coming out in 2 weeks. Finally, it took them long enough. I swear there was something else I wanted to do before leaving. I don't remember what it... Oh, the Mile Shop. Like, I should have everything. In fact, I do have everything. But like... Here's the weird thing. These hats, all of these hats, are from the events. But they also appear in the shop here. And that makes me wonder if you can buy them after the event. I do not know with certainty if you have the game and you want to figure that out. Go on ahead, but don't be disappointed if they don't show up. I think they literally are just here to show that I have them. Because I think some of these... Like, I think this one you get from a checklist task. So, like, I think this literally is just keeping track of all the headgear I have. And you probably can't buy these. But here's the thing. It has a value. It has a value of 10,000 miles. It also says purchase, even though I did not buy it. But yeah, so if you can buy it, awesome. If you can't, sucks. Sorry. Anyway, there will be no streams next week because I'm not going to be at home. The week after that, though, if there's another Air Ride event, I'm probably going to be doing that. Again, it'll be on probably Wednesday. If not Wednesday, it'll be Thursday or Friday. So check by whenever. It'll also probably be at... If it's on Wednesday, it will be at 11. Let's make that clear. If it's going to be on Thursday or Friday, I might do it a little earlier, like I did tonight. Yes, if I'm not doing Air Riders, I will be doing A Link to the Past. So please look forward to that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming, because I don't see you very often on these. I see you on someone else's stream, so it's kind of okay. But anyway, thanks for being here. Good night. Have fun. Don't get drunk. Don't drink and drive.